Hey gang. Okay, so I have a little romantic makeup look in store for you guys today, but first I'm gonna prep my skin. I have a little bit of a BB cream on that has some sunscreen in it. It has a little bit of coverage as well. It's a Tom Ford one. The shade is called Tawny 7.0. It has SPF 15 in it. And I have mixed it with the Superfood Glow Primer. It kind of makes a little bit of a dewy finish. It's very lightweight, nice and moisturizing, gives me my SPF for the day. Well, we're also going to talk a little bit about the artist program, the Saint Artist program, and how it's basically changed my life. I've been doing this for about 5 years. Before this, I was a portrait photographer. I specialize in just shooting women, basically. And I was on a photo shoot one day, and the gal that I was shooting was wearing this makeup, and it just looked so natural. It did not look like, airbrush, photoshopped photo makeup. Photo makeup, like camera ready makeup, historically was just very heavy, and it looked heavy. From far away, it was awesome. It was a Monet, you know what I mean? It helped people like me that were photographers not have to retouch stuff so much because there was just a lot on. But her makeup looked absolutely incredible. I kind of fell in love with it on the spot. That when she showed it to me and it was just this like one little palette and a couple brushes, I was like, you're pulling my leg. This is not, like, how could this be? And she was like, no, and I'm like, oh, but you're probably a makeup artist, like a closet makeup artist. And she was like, so short story long, I was like, okay, that's all you use? Just this like little deck of cards palette kind of thing? She was like, yeah. And I was like, and you don't have any skill? And she was like, no, I'm just a, regular lady. And I'm like, you're just like me, just a regular gal, just trying to figure it out. Well, her makeup looked good, so good, in fact, that it was like, if I would have hired a professional to do it, that's the level it was at. I was dedicated to working with just women, but people would come to me and they would have a photo shoot and they would say, like, this is incredible. I went from like really vulnerable and nervous about my shoot to like sauntering out like Beyonce at the end of the day. It was the most magical thing to witness a woman do that and go through that sort of transformation every day. But then she would call me or text me at the end of the day and be like, oh my God, Katie, I had the best time, but I don't want to wash my face. And that broke my heart a little bit because it was telling me that she never felt capable of being able to deliver that like photo shoot ready vibe for herself, right? It was like a professional had done her makeup. She was never going to look that good again. It's like going, I would imagine if I had hair, going and getting like a great blowout and then not wanting to wash your hair because you're like, man, I can't ever style it the way that my girl styles it or guy styles it. So like, why bother, right? And there's this defeating sort of heartbreaking feeling in that because I was like, you know what? This chick here that I'm photographing, she did her makeup herself. She did it herself. It looks incredible. It looks like skin. She told me it took her only 5 minutes to do it. And it was better than if I had hired it out. And to me, I looked at this palette that morning and I thought, this is the smoking gun. This is the thing. This is the secret sauce. I'm going to teach women how to do their makeup. And then they will feel that feeling of like the Beyonce photo shoot ready day every single day. And they can do it themselves. Right? So the last 5 years, you guys, has been, I've learned a lot. Like I have upped my own makeup game, but really it was like, if I can do this and I'm just a photographer, then anyone can. I always feel like, there's opportunity everywhere. There's opportunity everywhere. It's whether or not you're open to seeing it when it smacks you in the face. And thank God that woman showed me that makeup that day. Tammy Williams, wherever you are, I love you to pieces. You changed my life. You said, would you like to see the makeup? It was so simple. Would you like to see the makeup? I said yes. And then I made a decision that day that truly changed my life. So now I'm a mentor to over 2,700 women. I help them find success the same way that I did, just by sharing something that I love. Now, guys, we all share things we love. That's just the way the world is, right? The last pair of tennis shoes you probably bought, or the last restaurant. Okay, so that's my story. That's how I started. I just followed my nose. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to grow social media. All I knew how to do was be a photographer and be honest about my experience using the makeup. So I just shared what was my experience, how easy it was for me to put this stuff on in front of you guys for the very first time. And it worked, a lot of people watched, thank God. There was a little people at the beginning, but now there's quite a few of you, and I'm so grateful that we were able to build a community that is so loving and amazing, and that it's just grown, you know, a little bit at a time, day after day after day after day. And that was the point of all of this, right? About whatever you guys are curious about in terms of what it's like to do what I do. You know, you don't have to do this on social media. You can do it belly to belly with people. In fact, probably the whole beginning part of my journey with Saint was in-person makeovers until COVID. And then we were all kind of forced to do the online thing, which was a beautiful challenge. And it allowed us to reach a lot of you guys that live in other parts of the world. So we're available in the United States and Canada, with the exception of Quebec. We're not there yet. So if you live in the United States, or even like any military FPO kind of a thing where you're available there. So I would love to chat with you guys if you're interested in just learning more. Be a fly on the wall. You can ask any questions that you want. So let me teach you just a little bit about what I did here. So I put my face makeup on. I started with my bronzer, and then I put contour on, and then I put my 2 highlights on, 3 highlights actually. So these are the Creme foundations. They come in these little tins. They're only $14. My job every single day is to color match you guys. So I'll put the link for the color match right here. It's a little form that you fill out. You go to a window and you just take a selfie with no makeup on, and I'll look at your face and recommend whatever colors are going to be right for you, including the contour color and maybe even the bronzer and some lip and cheeks. So as you can see, everything's just small and in one compact, and it's versatile. You can switch things in and out if you have some overflow. So I have Frenchie lip and cheek on, I believe. And no, I have Nude on. This is Nude. And then I've got my lip liner on, and then a mixture of Royal and Nude on my lips. And then for my eyes, I started with a base of Chai. It's this light color here, and I really made it nice and big and fluffy. I added a little bit of Bubba to just warm that up a little bit. That's this sort of earthy brown here. And then I'm going to add Claire. And Claire is like sort of a salmony pink color. And I'm adding that more or less just to the lid. So you can see that this is kind of a muddy beige pink, and that it goes almost all the way up to the brow, okay? And then I've snuck a little bit down below, but every one of these colors is matte so far. I'm gonna use a color called Coal next. It's this one here, and it's sort of a gray blue, more on the gray side than the blue side. I'm using a small brush, looks like this, like really skinny, making sure that I tap off the extra, and I'm just going to start sneaking this along my lash line, smudging it out. And just kind of packing it in there. Okay, so you can see that I've added a little bit more, and so I'm just gonna keep layering. Gosh, I just got fall off. Do you see that? That's an oopsie because I didn't tap my brush. It's fine, I'm just gonna leave it there, and then I'll take a nice soft, big, loose brush and just try to dust it away without making a mess on my face. The other thing that's a good idea sometimes if you're gonna do an eye like this is to just do your eyes first and then your face second. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 things to level up this romance on this. One is to take a black pencil. This is Whatever Black by Makeup Forever, and do my waterline. Can you see that? It blackens the, you can do it down here too if you want. So it's not on my lid, it's on the waterline. You see the difference? And then the second thing is obviously every look wouldn't be a look without a good coat of mascara, and this is the end all be all holy grail. I will put my link for the 15% off this mascara on this slide. It truly is amazing. Really, truly amazing. So you definitely need to try it. Soshi. Amazing. And what a difference. Look at the difference between the 2 eyes with just those 2 steps. That's 1 coat of mascara and a little bit of water lining. Last thing I'm gonna do here is, this is Angel Illuminator. Don't forget that. It's the Dewy Glowy. You need it. You can go down the center of the nose a little bit, hit the Cupid's bow. You can even put it on your lips and it'll give you a little bit of shimmer. Like, honestly, these colors are so forgiving. And then use a little bit of Saint setting spray. I hope you like this. It's very like easy, romantic, all in one palette. We have 30 days and you get your money back on all of this. So I might even slap on a little of my favorite gloss. This is City Lips by City Beauty, Plumping. I just like the clear. It's amazing. I'll put a link on there for this too. It's the shit. Okay. I'm off to lacrosse. Mom time. See you guys.